Windfall tax relief for oil and gas companies. Windfall tax will not apply in the new law. Hello friends, have you ever thought that the sudden skyrocketing oil and gas prices would make companies profit? And if the government imposes a heavy tax on this windfall tax, what will happen? In 2022, when India imposed windfall tax for the first time, there was an uproar in oil and gas companies. Companies were unhappy with this sudden increase in tax, as it was affecting their profits to a large extent. But now, the government of India has taken such a decision, which comes as a big news of relief for these companies. After the new law is passed, oil and gas companies will now get protection from this windfall tax. But the question is, what is the real reason behind this decision? And what effect will this have on India's energy sector? Today we will discuss this topic in depth. But before that, if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you will be the first to get our new video updates. So let's know the full story of this verdict. The new law has brought a major change in India's energy policy. Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri recently announced that after the implementation of the new law, oil and gas companies will not have to face any new tax regime like windfall tax. The verdict comes as a relief to oil and gas companies, which were troubled by the government's interference in profits due to high prices. Minister Puri clearly said that after the passage of the new bill, it will be difficult for the government to impose such taxes, because in such a situation companies can take legal action. However, windfall tax has always been a contentious issue for oil and gas companies. When oil and gas prices rise rapidly in the international market, the companies suddenly have huge profits. The government tries to control this profit through windfall tax. When India implemented this tax for the first time in 2022, there was dissatisfaction among companies. The companies said that this is affecting investment, and competition in India's energy sector at the global level is weakening. Puri has given a solid reason behind this decision. He said that investors willing to invest in the exploration and production of oil and gas want fiscal stability. Investors demand a stable policy environment, where they know that no sudden new tax or policy change will hurt their profits. A system like windfall tax does not gain the confidence of investors. This could affect investment in India's energy sector. That's why the government has decided that this type of unexpected tax will not be imposed anymore. The impact of this decision can be seen rapidly in the oil and gas sector of India. Big global investors can now come forward for investment in the Indian energy sector. Puri himself said that global oil companies are looking for investment opportunities in India. Brazilian company Petrobras is negotiating with Oil India for exploration in the Andaman Basin. Apart from this, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, ONGC, is also in talks with big companies like ExxonMobil and Equinor for cooperation in deep water exploration. According to Puri, the new law will pave the way for investment in India for all international oil companies, which were reluctant to come to India due to political instability. Now that the windfall tax has been removed, India can become an attractive energy market for investors. This will strengthen India's energy security, and increasing production at the domestic level can stabilize oil and gas prices. The decision to implement windfall tax in 2022 was taken by the government considering the conditions of the international market. At that time, due to the Russia-Ukraine war, international oil and gas prices were skyrocketing. Due to this, Indian companies suddenly made huge profits, to take advantage of which the government imposed windfall tax. The government reviewed this tax every fortnight based on average oil prices. However, this tax was removed after 30 months in December last year. Now the question is whether this decision will be beneficial for the Indian economy. Experts believe that this decision will give a new direction to India's energy sector. This will increase India's energy independence and make India's market attractive for foreign investors. This will give India a new identity in the field of energy at the international level. Oil and gas exploration and production in India have long faced many challenges. Exploration in deep water and remote areas requires technical assistance, in which the participation of foreign companies can play an important role. The decision to remove windfall tax will open up new opportunities in this sector. Apart from this, it can also create new employment opportunities at the domestic level. If foreign companies increase investment in India, it can increase direct and indirect employment opportunities in the oil and gas sector. This will also benefit the Indian economy. However, the opposition has raised questions on this decision of the government. The opposition says that this may cause loss of revenue to the government. Windfall tax used to get revenue of crores of rupees to the government every year, which will now have to be lost. But the government believes that this loss will be largely offset by the confidence of investors and the increase in production. The government has also made it clear that if the international conditions change in the future and oil prices increase abnormally, then the government will hold extensive deliberations before imposing any new tax on it. The government's intention behind this decision is to make India's energy sector stable in the long term. This decision can prove to be a major change in India's energy policy. This will improve the investment climate in India's energy sector and give confidence to foreign companies to work in India. This will also increase domestic production, thereby strengthening India's energy independence. Now it remains to be seen how long and to what extent the real impact of this decision on India's oil and gas sector will be seen. At the moment, this decision seems to be giving a new direction to India's energy strategy. Stability in oil and gas prices and increase in investment are expected in the coming days. This verdict could prove to be a game changer for India.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.